Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Here Be Dragons. I'm your host, Stephen Stark, and joining me this week, we've got regular co-hosts John and Nessie, and returning guests Kate and Kelly, and everybody. Most of you know him. If you're on Twitter, you know him. If you were at Ice and FireCon, you know him. He's everywhere, and his was everywhere that weekend, and your laugh is quite infectious. So you probably all know Sam of the Rainbow Guard, Sam Doran. Been following you on Twitter for years. Most of the people here know us, but there's a chance that we'll have some not regulars in the chat, and also we've got somebody new. So let's just go through. I'm Steven. This is what I do. We'll with an asterisk. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. But John, go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Webster, formerly very shy individual, but that changed last weekend. I'm a co-host here at Here Be Dragons. I also have my own channel called John Webster Film, where you guessed it, I talk about movies.
Right. And you've been my co-host for 2.5 years now, and so has Nessie, all the way there on the end. Nessie, tell everybody who you are.
Hi, yes. I'm Nessie, obviously. I'm Steven's co-host. I've been with him now since 2.5 years. Really? Yeah. It's been 2.5 years. Wow. I give up at this point. We're just podcast married at this point. I also have my own channels.
Careful, Steven, that might be hot.
Where occasionally I talk about mythology and other things like that, but I spend most of my time here with my guys.
Yeah, got a dragon stream coming up over there soon, I hear.
Allegedly, yeah.
I've been doing my research.
Allegedly,
that's the thing. We needed the time to do the research. Like, who has time to read?
It's a book.
It is a book, and it has things in it.
So just continuing clockwise around. I'm saving the best for last, Sam. So just continuing clockwise around. Kate, you've been done some stuff here with us before.
I do some things around here. I pick up a lot of the Marvel slack.
Right.
John really just
slack in many ways.
Oh, but times are changing.
Be fair to me, because there's some stuff happening.
He's getting on board. We're getting there. I've been on a few community streams here on Here Be Dragons, and they mostly ask me on for Marvel stuff now because apparently that's my thing, which I'm here for. But glad to be back as always.
And Kelly, also known as Jaded Redhead or Jaded.
Jaded Redhead.
Jaded.
Also been on the channel a few times.
Yep. Frequent guest on your nerd streams for Nessie, John, and just Here Be Dragons collectively. So
your go-to last minute guest.
Yeah.
Did you even know about this before this afternoon?
Yeah, literally last minute. I'm getting the text. Hey,
I think I'm the only one that's invited you midstream to come.
That's true. Yeah, like, hey, slap on some makeup, get on here. That's what I do.
Lay down some knowledge.
Member of the community with these fine people, and I talk about nerdy stuff, Marvel, Lord of the Rings, and a lot of boats.
That is
oh my god,
good.
Jess, you are. Oh my god,
brilliant.
Just freaking leveled up. I'm just
amazing. Yes. We all need that shirt now.
Thank you, Jess. I'll add it to the Herberdurgans. Yeah. But mostly like, I don't know if this is like typical or whatever, but I talk about boats.
Yeah, a lot of boats.
Yeah.
Again, I always think of Kelly as noted nautical nerd, and Katie as best book buddy.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah.
All right, now Sam needs a very silly.
The floor is yours. Who the heck are you?
That's a great question. No. Hi, my name is Sam. You might see me on Twitter. I'm the Rainbow Guard there. Lots of times I tweet about, queer stuff and A Song of Ice and Fire is kind of my jam. You might also find me nerding out over Amadeus the movie with John Webster, or the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. I mean, there's lots of things, but
Amadeus, never heard of it.
I am so happy to be here. Happy to be on the stream. I've watched you guys many a time, so it's fun.
Oh yeah, I've definitely seen you in the chat before. It was so nice to meet you over the weekend. And thank you for agreeing to come.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I just want to say, Sam, we bonded over Lord of the Rings back in the day when I first started interacting on Twitter and everything. And then I think, as soon as we both saw each other at Ice and Fire Con, I think we both had a collective, so it was just great to meet you. Same.
It was so much fun. It was so trippy to meet so many people that I've had these bonds with online, but you never know if the vibe is going to be the same in person, and the vibe was the same in person. So that's always exciting.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Yeah.
I totally agree with that because, I've been talking to you guys so long online, and to meet in person, it was like, did we actually meet? This feels the same.
Look, I found out this weekend every one of you has legs.
I love yeah.
Not very long ones in my case, but yeah.
Okay, shall we start from the beginning?
Okay. Actually, here's where I wanted to start. If you give me a moment, I'm just gonna I'm sorry, Kelly. I've got things I got to show off because I got a couple of really rad gifts.
Okay.
Like a t-shirt.
Do it.
I got this dragon floaty. Who gave me this dragon floaty, Kate?
Me and Laura organized that.
and I've been drinking my coffee out of it.
I have mine here somewhere. I didn't get a chance to blow it up, but it's around.
Yeah, same. I saw it, but it was completely deflated. So I didn't have time.
Aaron in the chat did say the hardest to blow up floaty ever.
Yeah.
No joke. No joke.
It does take effort. I will give you that.
It takes some lung capacity.
Because it doesn't
twice.
It takes 20 years to deflate.
Yeah,
that too.
Yeah, when I was deflating it to put it in my bag, it was just like that. Pinch it and hold it between your thighs and squeeze,
Yep.
You're welcome.
I got that. I got this shirt from one of my D&D crews. They have dubbed themselves the main characters. That's what that D&D crew calls. We all have matching T-shirts now. That just say main characters.
You nerds! I love it.
I got Emily of the Eyrie, who is she's been on to talk about D&D stuff. Got me this. Many of you have probably seen it already, but this is it is a portable dice tray. The corners unsnap so that it folds and lays, flat, and it's floppy, so it's not going to get damaged. But when you snap the corners together, it makes a dice tray, and you roll your dice in there, and they won't go scattering across the table. And just look at this beautiful Here Be Dragons logo embossed in the middle. I'm so blown away. I couldn't, I wept when I got this. I don't mind telling you. I was just this is maybe one of the coolest gifts I've ever gotten. But
yeah, you showed me that, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
So nice.
I was very excited by that one.
And then I got a little gift for myself, which was this right here, Sanrixian's first Inkthology. Signed by the master herself, number 17 out of 50. And I also got a gift for someone who I don't know who it is yet. And it's this first edition Inkthology of Sanrixian, signed by the master herself, number 18 of 50. Which I think
excellent segue. Excellent.
Which is, I think, I'll give away before the end of the stream.
I agree with Erin in the chat. She just said, Steven's showing that off.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not wrong.
Yes, I was coming out of a panel, and Steven was like, "Look at this thing!" Like I just came around the corner. He's like, "Look at this! Look at this awesome thing!"
He brought
I
it to
was
our
just
room
given.
specifically, like just after we got there. Like we're still unpacking, and he's like, "Look at this thing that Emily brought."
I was super excited. What can I say? All right.
Well, Stephen, but you got me something while I was there. I just want to say, like, and this just, honestly,
Your
made
little
my
Huff
time.
pin?
Yeah, and my little Huff pin from Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. So thank you for that.
It's very
I love
cute.
him. He's so great.
Matt, Sir Galahoo of what? Matt Cootie got number 24. Aaron got 11. John, which number did you get?
Let me see. Wait, did Aaron get 11? Of course she did, because I got 12.
Right.
There we are. My nemesis, always one step ahead of me.
So I got a couple good gifts. I'm sure the rest of y'all found swag or got gifts or bought something that you wanted.
Oh yeah.
I've got some art. I've got to figure out places.
But
for
I do want to say, like, for both you and me, Stephen, the journey started walking off our airplane because we were right next to each other.
Yeah, we landed within 5 minutes of each other and literally next door gates. I waited there for you.
Oh, I waited for you.
It was so
long.
Well, it was so great because, like, going all the way back to, like, our discussions about, Ice and FireCon, honestly, like, in 2020 when we were supposed to first meet, like, I was running in my head images of us, like, running towards each other at the airport.
Yeah, it was a meet cute. It was a rom-com for a second. I'm not going to lie. John and I have met in the flesh once before, but it was still, it was good.
It still fulfilled the dream I had in my head. So.
Right. Okay, Kelly, I hated to interrupt, but I kind of wanted to let everybody know we're giving this away today. So stick around, maybe at least at the mid-roll, I'll let you know. Kelly, you wanted to start from the beginning.
Yeah, go on.
Go. You.
No, that was the beginning. You guys.
That was the beginning for me.
Yeah.
And then we met up with Aaron like almost immediately.
Okay.
We ran towards Aaron. That's what we did.
Yeah, and then she told us where Nessie and Julie Beth were at in the restaurant. We went up there real quick, and like it was like immediately even within the airport. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was like the first, we literally just been there for minutes. And there's Aaron. Oh my God, there's Nessie. There's Julie Beth. And then Micah came by, and it was so cool. It was so cool. Oh my
gosh.
Immediately the reunions were the unions and or reunions were happening.
Yeah.
Like connections being made at the airport. Like I was blessed that I was able to fly in partway with Aaron. So we were travel buddies for the entire trip, which was so cool. Aaron is like the best roommate ever. Just here to say she got me where I needed to be at all times, except for one thing we kind of missed, but we'll get to that later. One big important.
Oh yeah, Kate was there as well because she flew the same plane as Micah.
I met Girl Nettles in the airport. She was I think she flew in randomly with Julie Beth, so I got to meet her in the airport.
You mean this Girl Nettles?
Yeah,
Hey, Web.
I mean, a lovely person all around, but was killing it aesthetically all weekend. Like in a different look every time I saw her and killing it every time. I'm just like,
she was game on.
Like, I'm lucky to put on a clean t-shirt in the morning.
That girl, she was going all out every day.
Yeah, like recognize you. Like, good job, Nettles. Good job.
We see you and we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Sam, what was your trip in like? How far? What did you have to come? Did you drive? Did you fly?
Yeah, so I flew. So I did drive rather. So I had no cute meet cute moments in the airport. But as soon as I got there, the first person I saw right outside the lodge was you, Steven. And that just made it just set everything off to such a good tone to begin with. You know what I mean? It was you and Micah.
Glad to be your first.
Yeah, it was so good. And it was like, okay, this is going to be fun. I'm here with my people. This is wonderful. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, of course, we have to tell the dark tale of what happened.
Oh, wow.
The catastrophe.
We got there.
The drive-by fruiting, you mean?
The supposed accident.
It was a massacre.
Look, John.
The tragedy.
If you keep showing more love to orange juice than you do to me, bad things gonna happen to you. I got jealous and I murdered his orange juice.
Yeah, it was.
That's exactly what happened.
We went to the grocery store, picked up a bunch of stuff. Everything else got to the room in safe condition. Somebody went to open up the trunk, and what should happen? Not only did a gallon of orange juice fall out, like it busted. So really it had to come down with a lot of force.
Yeah, like falling out of the back of a truck because I'm surprised Aaron could see out the back window. It was like literally stuffed full. Oh,
wow.
Hold on, Kate. I'm gonna give you the. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The drive-by fruiting.
Yeah.
It's not the best on the wide angle cam.
Well, but that darker spot, yeah, that's the orange juice.
We drove by it and pointed and laughed, and we recognized it because we had received pictures of the carnage prior.
I'm just saying, like, that looks like a murder to me. I'm just saying.
You're just lucky that we were still like coming up on Walmart and brought you 2 more gallons of oranges.
Yes, for this I am grateful, but like it does not let the murderer off the hook.
Okay. So enough about me. Kelly, you drove all the way.
Mm-hmm.
That must have sucked.
Yeah, actually, it was a beautiful drive, honestly. I didn't run into that much traffic. I was a little frustrated because when I got about an hour out, I was like, all right, I'm going to find a grocery store. And then the first one I choose, the Kroger I choose, is like 30 minutes in the opposite direction. So I realize I'm going like south and east when I had been going northwest the whole time. And I'm like, dang it. And I was pushing it with the gas. I was like, I wonder if I can make it. But I did make it. And upon making it, I was set like, all right, I'm just going to check in. I'm going to get all my stuff like carried into the room.
How dare you, John?
You can all see for yourselves.
That was the picture we received in the Slack, and they're like, "Can you get John more orange juice?"
Yeah. Now, mind you,
I'm glad
before
you
I
had
started on, we got specific instructions from Kelly. Like she said, I'm going to show up. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. Everything's taken care of. And I will approach when it's cool. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
It was not, I'm too cool for this. That is not what happened. Okay. I was like, I've got a bunch of crap. I've got groceries. I got a cooler. I got to get all this absolute crap in. And some other stuff I was smuggling as well for my beloved friends. Okay. So I just wanted to get that in the room and get that over and done with. And then I see you all and it all goes out the door.
Yeah, like
I see you all and I was just like, my loves, I love you guys so much. I just jumped out of the vehicle and just jumped into everybody's arms.
There were about 5 of us there because we were getting our stuff out of the car still.
I was 2 cars away parking, and you guys you had the bellhop thing, and you're unloading, and I pulled up, and I was like, I can't avoid them now. Here we go.
No, we were prepared to. Yeah, we were totally
like,
prepared to follow your
Like,
instructions.
there's Kelly. Don't look at her. Don't,
Yeah,
don't look.
Steven made the joke. I heard him. Yeah.
And then I was so happy when you came running over to us.
Yeah.
I was like, yay.
I couldn't.
Yeah, like
Like
instinct takes over.
yeah. Yeah, I absolutely could not.
Kate, your drive was also long.
Yes,
That's
yes, it was.
interesting.
So I came in from Canada. I flew from
You took
Toronto.
the long way around.
I really
Like,
took the long
yeah.
way around.
and over there to New Jersey with Laura, and then
Laura.
yeah,
It was like-
Yeah.
To go west, you had to go east. To go
Pretty much,
north,
yes.
you went south. Something
like
that.
Daenerys.
I did the Daenerys thing. I flew from Toronto Pearson to Newark, and Laura picked me up. We went for blowouts and Italian food, not Olive Garden. The real deal.
So
John,
not
John,
so
calm
not
down.
not real Italian.
John, calm down.
My penne vodka has, some strong words for you, John. Yeah, and so then we left the next morning. We intended to leave around 7, ended up leaving more around 8. And it took us 11 hours to cross. We thought it was going to be more like 9 plus stops. It was 11 in the end, from Jersey to Ohio. It rained most of the way through Pennsylvania, which was just great. Just the I-80 all the way across. Nice scenic trip of cloudy Middle Clump, Pennsylvania.
All right, I will. Next time, then I gotta meet up with you guys, and that way we can all ride together. And
Yeah. So next time we all fly into a place and rent a bus.
Scott,
Anyway.
that's just because they don't know the real truth.
Next time, what's funny is I've already started planning the stops next year. We're talking about driving down from Toronto this time, so she'll come up to me and then we'll go down, and it totally opens up my packing options as well. So I'm really down for it. But
you said you
it's
drove,
a shorter
right?
trip, believe it or not.
Where did you drive from?
So I drove in from Chicago. So
Okay.
it was by the time I factored in the wrecks and the traffic and the road work, it was about 6.5 hours.
Right.
You could have flown with Aaron and I.
I know. I see this now.
Oh, party bus, yeah. Yeah, I'll meet you in like Eyrie, Pennsylvania for party bus.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah. Anyway, but it was a long drive with your bestie, so that was nice.
That is true. I'm glad that I was able to keep Laura awake for the trip, because she had to break the return trip up into 2 parts. So at least with me there on the first part, I only napped for like an hour. So the rest of the time we were chatting and listening to the horny trial of Rhaegar Targaryen. So,
dang.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Solid choice.
I listened to the first chunk of Storm of Storm of Swords.
I just want you all to know that on my airplane trip, I was watching Pride and Prejudice, which I know will not surprise anyone.
Okay.
Of course you were.
You know what I watched? Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yay!
Yeah, great movie.
BT Dubs, we talked about that 2 weeks ago on Here Be Dragons.
Yeah, I was in the chat for that.
That's
You
right.
know what? I'll save it for the mid-roll. Never mind. So yeah, we all get there. It's Thursday, and I rode in a wave of endorphins for 4 days, and I'm still being slightly carried along by it. I don't really have the post-con blues this time. I think largely because I was in a pretty bad place mentally, emotionally the month preceding. Yeah, but it was so rejuvenating. I had such a great time. And that started with Thursday. I didn't go to a single panel on Thursday. The dealer's room wasn't open. All I did was literally there's sort of an L-shaped hallway, and all I did was walk back and forth more or less in that hallway, walk around the outside a little bit, just who's here? Who's here? And I saw so many great people. And then there was the party night. So let's just talk Thursday. Any highlights from Thursday? Obviously, oh my God, person I love, let me hug you. We all get it.
I'm honestly trying to remember what else I did on Thursday aside from like get there and say hi to everybody and then go to the party
Right.
later. Like, I don't even remember what was in between. It's like all such a blur. But I just remember being deliriously happy.
I just want to say, like, anyone out there who like came up to me, like if I hadn't met you in person or like my online presence, if you came up to me, I really appreciate it, and it means a lot to me that someone just even walking by says hey. Like Scott in the chat, like he walked by me and he was like, "Hey Kelly," like and I looked at him and I was like, "Oh my God, Scott!" And I hope you don't mind that I just kind of jumped on you and hugged you, but yeah, I appreciate anybody out there that did that.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and say my bit now, and along that lines,
Okay.
like there were people who I'm like, I think I recognized by name, and then some people who I didn't, who I talked to this weekend, who and some of them said that they know me from like Twitter or have seen me talking here on this channel or on my channel. Like, thank you just so much for talking to me. And like, I'm not a social person. It's like, or at least I haven't been, historically speaking. And this weekend was transformative for me, and I found myself talking to people that I wanted to talk to, people who I hadn't met before, and like it just filled me with so much joy. And so I'm thinking, like, there were so many people, but I'm throwing out a name here. Jimmy, who some of us know from other Slacks, like I think in Joe Magician's Slack, and the my brain's not working.
WBA.
WBA. Like I was sort of in my natural state of I'm just sticking with my people, and I'm doing okay. But then you just started talking to me, and then like from there on out, I somehow turned into a social butterfly for the rest of the weekend. So like, thank you, and thank you to everybody else I talked to. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. So thank you all.
Yeah, it was awesome. Anybody else want to share about like their first day experience?
It was just overwhelming. We had so much, I guess, pent up excitement, emotion, nerves, the whole pre-con anxiety, mishmash of things. And then, we get there. It's like
anxiety.
What is that? It's like the road trip,
a month straight.
Yeah. We're here, and like where to start, because it's like this and this and these people and these people and these people, and it's just waves and waves and waves of more people to love, just more people to love.
It's true. And like, I missed HereBeCon. And so this is my first time meeting all of you guys. So like, you guys had some prep. You had a previous interaction that I didn't get to have.
Yeah, like a soft opening, as they call it.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was just one of those things where, going back to our arrival right there, we tried to pull a Kelly. We were like, you know what, Kelly makes a real good point. We just want to get our stuff into our room. We have so much crap. Like, we just want to unload before we get like accosted by people. And then of course we come in, and then
I accost you.
No, it was Steven first.
Okay.
And then you and Micah. And we were like, you know what? Screw it. Just bring it in. And then Steven helped us bring our stuff to our room. And so he cut down our transit time.
Like, you're welcome for helping you. Y'all had too much crap.
We did. I've already adjusted the shopping list for next year.
The thing wouldn't fit through the door. The rolling cart, bellhop.
Oh my God! I thought I overpacked, and now I feel like
it wasn't.
A lot of it was food and booze. Okay.
I'm still trying to eat everything I bought to eat. Like,
I got on an airplane.
Trying to eat it.
I got on an airplane under the luggage limit. Okay, do the math.
Yeah. Then you got in a car.
Still staring at Laura.
But she
After
also
my
Laura is the reason I was able to come in under the weight limit, because she brought a lot of the toiletries and stuff, and so we shared a lot of things. And when you're sharing things between two people, you need more than for one person. So. Yeah, we brought too much stuff. Next year we'll adjust. And
I made a mistake of thinking, okay, I have to stop and get ice anyway. So like, oh, if I'm stopping and get ice, I might as well get this and this and this and this, so I don't have to pack it. And then I just bought too much when I went grocery shopping because I'm not smart. So yeah,
I bought more booze at Walmart. I was like, YOLO.
Well, okay, like I wasn't shopping alcohol, but like I do remember being told going. Yeah, well, no, I had my alcohol, or at least I did. Anyway,
or it was murdered.
But like I went in like thinking, being told like, no, you're gonna need like stuff to snack on all weekend. Be prepared. So like we get there with all this stuff that we actually really didn't end up needing all that much, because when we went to the restaurant, which had its own trials, but.
Regulations.
But the food was still good.
So. Yeah, I think Bronsteen overestimated the snacking.
In the bottle first.
God, I'm gonna go get some ketchup. No, sorry. Yeah, I should have brought a ketchup bottle to the stream. Damn it.
Damn, what was I thinking? I'm at work. Yeah. I don't have ketchup.
Yeah. I was going to bring some ketchup.
There was a ketchup incident.
I was going to bring some ketchup, but there was only a tiny little bit left in it. So.
You hadn't finished it.
That was because I was sitting across from John when this happened. So I'm just like, did I just witness that?
So to actually explain, like they brought us, they brought a ketchup bottle, and I go to use it, and there's like barely anything in here, and I'm like, can we please have another one? Well, go ahead and finish that one.
Please, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's like
finish the bottle first.
Okay, now can we?
Yeah. No, John didn't even. It was just one, and then John's like, he closes it, and he's like, "Okay, I'm ready." Like, there, it's gone.
Oh,
yeah, I used this one. Now I still want more.
Yes. There's
story of my life.
Ketchup.
And mind you, there were like 6 other people at the table
that would have liked some ketchup. I was like, she's gonna go get a straw and make us suck it out or something. I don't know.
I think this was like the one time in my life I didn't have ketchup on something at a meal. I had pretzels, I think, that night. They didn't need ketchup.
Thank God you did not need ketchup.
I would have been screwed.
Sam, any day one highlights?
Food was good.
The food was good. The kitchen staff knew what they were doing. The wait staff, not so much. There was one guy there named CJ who was pretty good.
Yeah.
So shout out to CJ. You were satisfactory.
They tried.
We have wait staff plotting their revenge as they watch this.
Yeah, because they're going to watch this.
They're seasonal workers. They probably won't be there next year.
But yeah, Sam, I was just going to ask you, any highlights from like that first night?
Sam, give us food drama. What
food drama? I don't think I had any food drama the first night. I ordered some mac and cheese bites, and they were absolutely delicious. So I was in a good place. I'm trying to think. No, my first day was just really exciting. It was just awesome to meet people. But I snuck into the last maybe 10-15 minutes of the Molding a Monarch panel, and I just remember looking through the door and just seeing Rowan there, who is Cyril Woodcock on Twitter, who was my roommate there. And, she and I have talked for years, and we've been friends for years, but, seeing a person in the flesh, right. And just quietly trying not to disturb the panel as we ran and hugged each other really fast and things like that, and sneaking in and quietly meeting everybody while we're trying not to interrupt the very good panel that was going on.
What was the deal with the groundhogs? A few people mentioned them in History of Westeros. Yeah, so they were
You mean
groundhogs.
our spirit animals?
There were
They were
chunky
groundhogs.
boys.
There were chonky boys on the grounds.
Oh, they were
And-
the cutest.
And if you were
The
there,
second cutest.
they did not give a crap. They did not give a crap about us being there. They're like, I'm a groundhog. I'm gonna be over here eating on this grass. As
Mhm.
long as you like,
Do
I
a
never got
groundhog.
within arm's reach of one, but like arm's reach plus a foot, yeah. And that groundhog was just chilling, eating the grass, having a good old time. Didn't
wish
care
I'd
about me
gone.
being there at all.
Emily, her husband Aaron, and I kind of like, as she put it, we crit our animal handling role, and we got the groundhog to come right up. Right, we could like look right over the balcony, and they were like right there. We've kind of whistled them over, and they're like, "Oh, well, fuck. We'll go over and see. Maybe they've got food. I don't know." But yeah, we got within like the balcony to the ground, and yeah, it was cool. Yeah, we got some cute pictures of them. They did the little whistle pig thing where they were up on their hind feet. Not as cute as the cats, but extremely cute.
Can we talk about the ginger polydactyls for a minute?
Yes.
So beautiful.
I wish I'd gotten closer and like been able to feed them. Like, because I saw people posting pictures of them on Instagram before we even got there, and I can't believe it didn't occur to me to stop for Temptation at Walmart on our way in.
There were
like-
albino squirrels. What?
Wow, I did
Yeah,
not know
yeah.
that, Scott.
No, I mentioned this in the History of Westeros chat earlier. I was like, I'm really mad that nobody told me there's an albino squirrel on the grounds. I have been abandoned.
Oh yeah, you're squirrel obsessed, squirrel and cat obsessed. I know you.
Mm-hmm.
Just animal obsessed in general. But yes, like just the fact that nobody told me there was an albino squirrel to watch out for, I am betrayed.
Well, next year we've got cat treats are now on the document of things to bring. Even though they really did like yogurt. I did find
I was gonna say the splooge. Come on, Aaron. You're with me. Aaron is Aaron's it was just like pop, and just I was like, oh, that's disgusting, and the cats ate it. I was like, oh yeah,
cats love yogurt. What can I say?
They were there every morning for
apparently Scott was on the first floor as well, like, look out, Scott, there's falling yogurt.
Apparently Ray had the albino squirrel outside their cabin.
Oh my god.
So,
lucky.
Okay, Ray, what cabin was it?
Yeah, you are the anointed one.
Yeah, let me just write this down.
Cabin next year.
I don't know if I want to do a cabin next year.
I like the lodge.
I did.
Yeah, the lodge was great.
Yeah, I was great in the lodge.
If you need anything, your room is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just run back to your room to put random things in there, pick up more alcohol.
And you don't have to clean up after the party.
That too.
Until
you didn't clean up after the party. You cleaned up after me.
Different things.
No, I was going to. Some of us felt, obliged to throw away our trash while we were out at the cabin, and
you made trash,
and others did not.
Oh,
I have no idea what's happening.
The only trash I made was those Jello shot empties, and I threw them right out. So
okay, well, John, I don't know how much trash I produced. A little bit, maybe.
I am trash.
Much.
I am a raccoon. I am one with the trash.
I mean, there may have been some leaving of Mountain Dew bottles in various locations over the course of the weekend.
Look, it could be anyone.
It was not me.
I drank zero Mountain Dew. I drank straight whiskey and beer.
Drank a lot of wine.
I had some wine. Yeah.
I think there's wine. By the way, I think there's some wine.
Some wine left.
Is there any leftover wine, Kelly? I don't know.
Yeah.
Ready the trebuchet and
trebuchet. Yeah. Well, we're gonna be rehashing that in June.
Yeah. Was it 6 weeks, guys?
Bernie, hold on.
6 or
I gotta
7
freak out. My super secret girlfriend is in the chat. Bernie. Hi, Bernie. I miss you. It's been too long since I've seen you. but it's nice to see
I
you.
know.
We should there for Ice and Fire Con.
I miss
Yeah,
you.
I love the Burninator.
It was, let's just say, I think this Ice and Fire Con washed away a whole lot of bad over the last couple of years.
It did.
Yeah.
Was
Well,
there-
you were talking earlier, Stephen, about how you weren't feeling super great before the con, and why that's why like the good feeling generated by the con has kind of lasted. And yeah, I can absolutely say the same because life has sucked. Just saying. And so like I feel like I'm still on this high from the convention, and I haven't come down from it yet, and I'm sure like eventually I will, but like, and I think also because I got to forge so many new relationships and strengthen friendships, at the convention. So, and by now interacting with those people, some of them on Twitter, some of them now in our Slack, like I feel like the con is continuing in that way.
Yeah.
Because like the developments that happen there are continuing. So yeah, it's just great.
Yeah, it's, the difficult, every one of us the last 2 years have just really been difficult. That's just a minor way of putting it. And this just seemed to like rejuvenate my energy. It was just a love fest. Obviously, we're just sharing and caring and making those connections that are just going to sustain us, over the course of the next till we meet again. And it's just that support is just getting, bigger and bigger and all more encompassing. So, yeah. And if thanks to, Ice and Fire Con for putting this together. It's been a long 2 years, delays, postponements, and, finally, we were all able to make it this year. And damn, did they stick it,
Yeah.
Damn, did they stick the landing.
Yeah, it was, look, I don't want to take too much credit here, but we stuck the landing. It wasn't, they did a great job, the people that organized it. But
Yeah.
it's the people that want to come to this that make it what it is. So hats off to Tara and her team. They did amazing. But it's amazing because, yes, them, but us. We're the ones that made it rad. And you've all talked about like the friends and the relationships and the bonding. I want to ask each of you, we all made new friends over the weekend. Who's your cool new friend? Sam, who's your cool new friend?
David with the pretzels and the mead. I don't know if you guys met him. I love him so much. I don't know. We became besties like the first night because we were sitting around the fire listening to other people talk about Renly and kind of making faces at each other because we disagreed together, like collectively, and we were instantly bonded from that moment. So that's my cool new friend. I think he's great.
Awesome. David, shout out, buddy. Sam loves you.
Absolutely.
Kelly, did you make a new friend?
Nope.
I don't believe you.
I mean, like, seriously, like, I've met everybody that I already knew, and I love you all even more. Okay. So here's the thing. When we were in the picture, right, the big drone picture, this random person comes up to me with his phone out, and he was like, "Is this you?" He shows me my Twitter, and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And so he goes to his own profile, and he's like, "This is me." It was Uptown. It was Tim.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Radio Webster.
Uptown,
and
yeah.
I was like, and like,
Just
it
put it
says
there.
Uptown, and I was like, Tim. I was like, we've spoken before, on Radio Westeros voice chat before. And I was like, of course it's me. Like, who else would be Jaded Redhead? Come on. But yeah, that was a first. But yeah, Tim, you're adorable. Thank you so much for coming up to me again. Like one of those things where someone
I
knows
know you. I didn't know that I knew you, but now I know that I know that I
and
know
I'm like,
you.
yes, of course. There was so on Twitter, Brandon, he said that he didn't come up to me, and I was like, what? Where were you? Like he said he saw me. I didn't even know he was there. I was like, where were you? But yeah, that's what it was like. I was like, am I not approachable? Like but it was like, okay, cool. So people did see me and recognize me. Okay, cool. But yeah, if I have this thing where it's like I don't approach people because I automatically assume I am annoying by existing, so I just kind of you know
Kelly, I hate to interrupt you. He says he can't
Mhm.
stay because he's at work, but we all need to give some applause
Yeah.
to Obi. He was
Yes.
putting in work, lots of beautiful pictures. He's editing the musical. I'm sure, like the drone shot that is the thumbnail for this.
Mhm.
That's Obi's picture.
That's his work. Yep.
Yeah. Obi, you were a rock star, and I got to hang out with him. Just chilling too, chatting. Great dude. Rode back to the airport with him and Julie Beth.
Okay.
Yeah,
last
one of my
day.
biggest
It was
regrets.
awesome.
One of my
Obi,
biggest regrets for the weekend, but honestly, I can say this like about so many people. But like, I got to see Obi a number of times and say hi quickly, but like, I didn't get the chance to like sit down and talk. Obi, we are going to fix that next year because it's just ridiculous that we didn't have more time together. But yeah, no, my hat's off to you, man.
I agree with Jess on that one.
I don't think Obi is in the Slack, but I've mentioned it.
Obi, get in the Slack.
Obi, let us eat more of your life up.
Nessie, did you make a cool new friend?
Well, I got to actually meet Sam in the flesh. We shared a golf cart ride back from the cabins one night, and I just kind of just leaned back and said, "Sam, are you?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I said, "Hi." And then basically we found out they were just like 2 doors down from one another. Yeah. So yes, I had like met a cool new friend, even though like we had a few interactions on Twitter. Yeah. If anybody doesn't know, I have been like off Twitter for over about a year or so now, but I'm back on. But yeah, I got to meet Sam in the flesh, put a face. Basically, this weekend was putting a face to a name, putting a face to a name. Brand the Builder, like you were saying, I just had a random encounter at a picnic table with
you got
them.
to meet.
Yes, they're cool as AF.
Who Brandon the Builder?
Yeah, that's Brand.
Yeah. Brew the Pro, as I call him. BRW the Pro.
Is his last name Winslow?
I'm not sure. He told me, but like,
I don't mean to call you out, Brand. By the way,
it is Brandon, and then he told me like, this is why I vibe with Brand, and I'm like, I dig that. Same table, Danella, I think, a Dong of Ice and Fire,
right
there at the same table.
Her name is Daylina.
Yeah, Daylina, yes.
Daylina.
Daylina. They were there at the same picnic table.
Hi, Sean. Hi,
Sean. Sherlock Homo. I met.
Yes.
Josh. Yes, I had a couple of lovely conversations with Josh. They're super cool. Yeah, those are just like the ones that are coming right off the top of my head.
I just want to jump in since he just popped up. I want to mention Sean and dancing Sean because I trolled him a little bit in your stream with him, Stephen.
It's that Empire Strikes Back stuff. I swear, I knew it was going to come up again. I knew it.
Well, primarily about Phantom Menace, which
okay.
I just had to pick at him, but I got to have I think a couple of great conversations with him, and I'm going to troll you a little bit again, Sean, because when I say conversations, I say I got to stand there and listen to you talk film stuff, like, which was so great. But no, I really enjoyed that a whole lot because he and I hadn't gotten a chance to really talk one-on-one before, and so that was a lot of fun. And I do think if we find the film, like, we can have a super interesting conversation over on my channel if you're game, Sean. But also I will say also Brand the Builder, as you guys were saying, I got to sit down with him at the picnic table and have a great talk with him. And like,
you know what, y'all suck, I swear. What?
and
it was a random encounter, Kelly. You rolled poorly.
And there were like, and I know, like, I had great conversations with a lot of people who don't remember their names because it was late at night, and like there were people moving around.
That's part of it. Like, and next year you'll see some of them, and you'll be like, "I remember you. We talked about this thing.
But
what's your name again?
What's your name?"
Yeah, and even though like we've known each other, you know, really long time now, but we did just meet this weekend. So Sam, I'm gonna say you because it was just so great connecting with you.
It has not escaped my notice that I accidentally skipped over Kate in that rotation. But like, I'm saving the best for last, which means you're right before me. So go ahead, Kate.
Yeah, again, I did a lot of the putting the face to the name thing. I mean, granted, I've seen you guys on camera for so long that I was just like, oh hey, you.
Yeah, you're you. I got it.
There was that. You know, finally got to put some faces to names from, you know, the YouTube channels and the podcasts and stuff that I've been listening to over the last 2 or 3 years, depending on how long I've been following any of them. And of course we made, you know, a brand new friend. We got a new dragon. Shout out to Paul, who started talking to Aaron on Thursday night and then just like couldn't get rid of us the rest of the weekend.
I think I saw him at the chat at the very beginning. I think
he was
somebody
here.
named Paul H something said hi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
just
yeah.
like a completely new person I've never talked to before. So like if you're talking, you know, new friends, we have Paul and you know, Maddie, who I got to talk to last night we were on Zoom?
Yeah, Maddie.
Or 2 nights ago?
Friday night. Yeah.
Friday night
Zoom.
Friday night. I got
Mega Zoom.
Maddie K. Ray. She's, you know.
Yeah, I got to meet Maddie. And it's one of those things where like I've seen a lot of these people on streams before and I'm like, so I recognize you and I feel like I know you, but I don't know you. But then there were completely new people who I'm like, I've never encountered you in a chat before. Like, welcome.
Right.
So that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I thought that was one of the coolest things was just getting to meet these people that I hadn't interacted with at all. Because I was kind of expecting to have these really cool run-ins with people I already kind of knew from Twitter or streams or podcasts or what have you. And those all happened and those were amazing. But it was some of the coolest moments I had were just sitting down with people that, you know, we didn't follow each other on Twitter. You know, we just kind of struck up a conversation and it's kind of developed organically. And that was one of the really cool things about this weekend
for me this time, like every con, there's a new like con buddy. If you go back far enough, that's one of my con buddies right there. But this time around, it was a woman named Mari. We partied, we danced. Mari was awesome. Good friend. I played D&D with her a little bit, but that was the only context I ever interacted with her through. And then we had Ice and Fire Con, and I'm like, okay, you can just be my actual friend now. Because we had a great time. So love you, Mari. Can't wait to hang out again. And as I understand it, she's like making friendlies with people in the Chicago area. Because I know.
What's D&D?
Okay, so that stands for Dungeons and Dragons.
Now, if she offers,
never heard of it.
I'll expand upon it off screen. Okay, I'll tell you all about it. I do like that game. It's a fun game.
Is it like Magic the Gathering?
Boo, Kate.
God. So what? Okay,
You know what? I'm mad about that. I'm mad about that.
And yet Nessie had jokes. She came up and we were playing Magic, and she was like, "Anyway, I gotta go."
I'm gonna go back and watch the.
Yeah, no, we're sitting.
Watch this episode I hate.
We're sitting in the watch party, and I'm all excited because the episode that I wanted to watch is closing out. You know, we were watching Hard Home, and I was like, "This is gonna be awesome." And then Nessie's like, "I don't want to watch this episode, so I'm gonna leave." And then about 5 minutes later, she comes back. She's like, "Yeah, they're playing Magic the Gathering, and I want to be there for that even less than I want to watch Hard Home."
I would make an obscene hand gesture right now, but it feels wrong.
Just so you knows, when they were playing Magic, I brought my 2 Magic card decks with me in my suitcase all the way to Ohio. Didn't get to play because they decided to play after I already left.
Because
Also, when I was going through airport security, I had a little, shall we say, vaporized medical herb in my bag, and they pulled my bag, and I start sweating, and the guy reaches in, and he pulls out this, and he's like, "Just got to make sure there's not any money in there," you know, like I'm smuggling huge amounts of cash. Pops it back together. Oh, Magic card. Puts it back in my bag, and I'm on the way.
Yeah, I remember when you told that story in the.
Yes, John, Commander deck.
Yes, we played Commander, Sean.
We played Commander. Laura graciously got me a blue-green Commander deck, and it was my first time ever playing Magic the Gathering. So. That's why it was funny.
I'm a little salty about missing it, but what do you do?
Steven just wanted to play.
Yeah.
Jess is gonna get what she wants if she showed up. When she showed up, she was
over the whole box of cards and dice.
I mean, you're not going to say no to that.
Yeah.
Right. Why would you?
I mean, okay.
Apparently, John and Nessie can say no.
Get on board or get out.
Actually, I'd rather people turn into ice zombies. I gotta go.
Well, and plus, I was in the mood to just sit down and watch TV and relax a bit at that point.
I mean, it's all good. Like you enjoy.
Not going to say anything.
That's the whole kind of experience.
They're playing board games.
I'm not going to worry about the thing I can't go. The other thing going on, I could be having fun doing that, but I'm having fun doing this. So just enjoy what's in front of you.
Just real quick, because I know we're probably going to do the mid-roll in a second. I want to backtrack a bit, because when we were talking about new friends, first of all, the 2 people I'm going to mention are not new friends because I've even met them in person before, but I had such a great time reuniting with them this weekend, which were Zach and Hannah from Game of Bones. Who Hannah was just delightful as ever, because she's always back when I went to DPCon, she's the one who dragged me along to go to the Wizard Rock concert that they had, and so I just love her to death. Zach, I haven't gotten to see as much since then, and we had a great moment, Stephen, where it was the 3 of us huddled at the end of the night, and it just felt like I had the 2 sides of my induction into the
right.
fandom, Zach and Steven. So that was great. And also I want to mention Maddie, who I met for the very first time in any context this weekend while I was sitting at Sandry's table, which was just a bunch of fun. And we were talking, and I've already started investigating what movies she loves and stuff, because of course I am. And one of her favorites is A Knight's Tale, and she also loves Tron Legacy, which I think is an underrated movie, everyone.
Oh dear.
And so so that was so much fun. The whole weekend, guys. It was just so great.
Yeah, it really was. And we got a whole other hour to talk about it after these messages from our sponsor.
We got a sponsor?
Yeah,
you want to pay attention now?
Manscaped?
Yeah, my employer, my paycheck.
Team Beard.
Team, yeah, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
aren't you guys so delighted that I'm now growing.
It's coming back.
I am
They're back
personally
out.
delighted, John. Yes, thank you.
After I
Team 5 o'clock
deprived
shadow right now.
After I deprived you guys of it.
Yes, you're lucky you didn't get like face slapped.
I had to restrain myself from it.
Manscaped.
Yeah, you didn't get slapped. You were very fortunate. That's why I grow a beard. People want to slap me all the time and soften the blow.
God, wait,
okay,
did we
but
all
seriously,
choose violence when we woke up?
I chose violence today, yes.
Yeah.
You're
Today
killing
we
me, guys. It's almost like you're friends and you just want to chat.
It's almost like it's a Zoom.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
almost
also,
like
they're not used to your presence, Stephen.
Right, right. I have been gone. We're going to address that actually right now. So yeah, this is the part where I remember that we're on YouTube and I have to say like and subscribe and all that stuff. So please do that. We do have another hour of content coming your way. We're going to keep the conversation going for a while. So yeah, I would appreciate it if you would do those things. We're trying to, build we have an awesome community. Always got room for more. That being said, we have a Slack group. It is like a Discord server. It's just a slightly different format, but we have a Slack group. It's been going for a long time. We have a dedicated forever Zoom link that we get people together. This last Friday, there were probably 16 to 18 people who joined throughout the evening. At one point, we were up to having 14 people on there at one time, and it was chaos, and it was beautiful. And Sam, I think everybody on this who's on the panel right now was there. Sam, you helped us shut that thing down that night. Like, you beat me to the end, and I stayed up 3 hours past my bedtime.
Like, it got glorious. It got glorious at the end in ways that I could not have anticipated. So it was great.
Thanks for the FOMO, because I left early because I had a special beverage to help me sleep.
But yeah, if you want to join our Slack, just email me at we3dragons@gmail.com and, just let me know. But I'm also going to let you know, starting right now, you can use the same email link, only one entry per person, and send me an email with the headline giveaway, and you can win this. I will ship this to you anywhere in the world. I just want somebody to have this beautiful thing. I'll just leaf through it a little bit so you can see. It's all a lot of her art from her Inktober, various prompts. It's beautiful. It is, I want to say, 28 or 30 different black and white ink drawings. And I will send this to you anywhere in the world. But you got to email me at we3dragons@gmail.com. The header in the subject line, put giveaway, and then at the end I'll just use a Google random number generator and we'll find our winner. All right. John, Nessie, you can't win.
That's all right, because I feel like
they can't lose.
I already won this weekend because I went on a Sanri shopping spree, I'll just say.
Nice.
And yeah. And she was also nice enough to, because a while back I had bought the shirt from her, but the one I had faded, and she was gracious enough to give me a replacement at the con. So thank you, Sanri, so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you can never wash that shirt. It must be put away and only worn for special occasions, otherwise sealed hermetically in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to touch on something real quick. I'm not going to belabor this point. That's not really the whole point of this stream, but I will talk about the last time I streamed and the way that sort of went down and the month since. So yeah, I basically had an anxiety attack moments like 10 minutes before we're supposed to start streaming, which was just a bad situation all around. And it created a bit of a negative feedback loop for several days afterwards, where I was just like, I'm ready to quit this thing, flip the table, unsubscribe, move to Tibet, I was in a pretty bad place, and John, you Nessie were both rock stars holding down the fort here in my absence. That being said, I am back. I intend to be back for good, but at the same time, I have given myself permission to not have to be here, because when I started doing this, I told myself basically like, okay, I'm going to give it a year, and I'm going to do it once a week for a year, because I want to put in the effort to get to that point. 2.5 years later, that mindset had morphed into, I can't miss, I have to do this. And that is not healthy, and it was not healthy for me at the time. So I quit. I went to Ice and Fire Con, and I had maybe not the best weekend of my life, but top 5, like it was pretty freaking awesome. Thank you for posting that link, Kelly. Yeah. But yeah, I am back for the foreseeable future, but there will be weeks where I'm like, nope, I think I need a little bit of a break, and John's going to talk about whatever he wants to talk about, or Nessie's going to bring up satyrs and pans, or, whatever. So that's just how it's going to be going forward, so that I can maintain my mental health better, so that I don't get to that place again. Also, that being said, if you have a topic, you watching this right now, if you have a topic and you want to come on here and talk about it, this how this works. I've had so many people who are in the chat right now have been guests of mine, including William, Courtney, Aaron, Jess, Micah, the Never Never podcast, Christine, yeah, she's awesome. Dancing Sean, even Potter we let on here one time.
What were we thinking?
Well,
his parole officer was good with that.
So
surprisingly, he's not a duck.
Yeah. Or what is it in over in Ireland? Solicitor. That's yeah.
And it can be whatever you want. It just needs to be nerdy enough. So, bring me your love. Bring that thing that you want to share your love with people. That nerdy obsession you have.
Micah's mad that he got clumped in with Potter, I think.
I think we all are.
Micah's like, oh, the bar is that low? Ugh.
I'm angry that we share like a motherland.
Jess says she's never been a guest. I feel like you've been on the channel before, Jess.
Yeah, she has in like group.
Okay,
like, when we've had groups like meet the dragons type.
Oh, that must be what I'm thinking of. Well, Jess, you can come anytime. We'll talk about horses or something.
Magic.
That's all I know about you with horses.
Yeah, like she can just automatically associate her with Horse Girl.
Not
that she minds, but.
As we mentioned, Micah, it should make it clear that Prince of Egypt is not an appropriate topic for this channel. Just putting that out there.
Yeah. But anyway, so that being said, but be prepared to bring yourself too, because I really do want to expand. If you want to be a regular contributor, come join us. We are also. It is not happening. It did not happen this month, but I am going to turn the Patreon back on. So it will start charging again on June 1st. I wanted everybody to be aware a month before I did it. If you want to, nobody's feelings will be hurt if you decide you're ready to stop it. I wasn't going to turn it back on, except I realized that I'm the one paying out of my pocket for a lot of the services that all of us get benefits for. So I'm going to allow the Patreon to go ahead and start paying for that stuff again. And that includes this StreamYard, our eternal Zoom link, a couple other things that people use. Anyway, don't need to go too deep into it, but yes.
But I did get a Patreon receipt today, so it may have kicked back in.
Oh,
just
really?
So you know. I am mad.
Yeah, I actually had just gotten a notice on one of the things that I support on Patreon that they were changing it to like the beginning of the month instead of
whatever day you signed up.
Yeah.
Well,
so
anyway, that surprises me. I didn't directly turn it back on. I just re-downloaded it onto my phone, but that may have turned it back on anyway.
There was like a message from you about it.
Yeah, no, I did send a message.
Yeah, it's
But
okay.
anyway, but if you want to be a patron, there's a link to that down in the description too. And I will shout out all the people that have supported us up till now, because you are rad people. That includes Ridiculous Ed Tollett, our alpha patron, who I haven't seen in the chat this week.
Yeah,
where's Sean?
Sean,
where are you at, Sean? We miss you.
Sean.
Maybe he's too sad because he couldn't make it to the con.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. I miss you. But that also includes Lord John Bronsteen the Wise, who was at Con of Thrones.
Excellent to see him as well.
Mm-hmm. And also Sixto Sounds, aka JP the Axe Grinder. They are supported by the nobility of the realm, Ryan Stavka, the Russian Quartermaster, Reflective Rambling, Arch-Maester Emma, Kate, Mistress of the House of Books, and Jared Kozal, Doctor of Dragons, whose birthday is today?
Yesterday.
Okay, yesterday. Happy birthday, Jared.
I think Sid Frost is
today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Sid. And they are further supported by our landed knights, including Sir Julie Beth of Tarth, who gave me a ride to the airport. And
Yay, Julie Beth. She's amazing.
She's awesome. I love her. Sir Kelly, the Jaded Redhead. That's you. Sir Cloaked One from Down Under. Sir Trish, who I played D&D with earlier today. Sir Emily of the Eyrie, who gave me that rad dice tray I was showing off at the beginning of the stream. And Sir William, the Tindalos Traveler. This dude right here. And also Sir Potter Potter, this guy right here, Sir Potter the Irreverent. We love you. And our resident Irish troll, yeah.
You'll be here in a few months. It'll be fine.
And
I love you guys so much.
And Sir Maura Lee of Starfall. Thank you guys, all of you who have been patrons of ours in the past. If you want to be a patron, you can get your name shouted out and stuff every week. But like, really, you're giving out of the kindness of your heart. We're never going to make Patreon exclusive content,
Nah.
So just, if you want to help support this community, that's the way to do it. And I also have been thinking about, like, if you're a patron, anything over and above what pays for the bills, we're going to do donations, and we're going to hold votes on where that gets donated to, and yeah. So yeah, just some changes coming to Patreon, and that's I think all I got to say about that. Also, if you want to join I should say, if you want to join our Slack, there's the email right there. Also, if you want to win this, send that email to this email address here, we3dragons@gmail.com. Put the subject of giveaway, and we will pick a winner before the end. Okay, that was a bit of a long mid-roll, but I'm done flapping my lips. I had a rad time. I'm not done flapping my lips. Sanri and Pat getting engaged was maybe the highlight of the whole darn thing for me.
Yeah.
I cried. Y'all know.
Okay, who cried? Who cried?
Kelly and I actually missed it.
I'm sorry.
I'm surprised I didn't, honestly.
I was trying to make it to a panel. Okay.
You got it. Hey, look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for proposals, and that was a damn good one.
Like, I was so tired that day, and we were just standing outside on the balcony, and it was hot, and I'm like, I want to go inside and eat some barbecue chips.
But so Sanri is one of my oldest and most genuine fandom friends. We've been through the thick and the thin together. I love that woman to death, and I was just so happy for her to have met Pat and for them to be so happy together. And that moment was so beautifully set up. You know, it was after the tournament and somebody won the tournament, and then I don't even know who that was under the cosplay. That
I think it was it Dom?
Dom.
Dom, are you here? Dom's here. Dom, was that you? That was you, right?
What I think it might have been this person right here.
That guy.
I think it was Dom.
Yeah.
I just felt so dumb because Aaron was like, "You guys, don't miss the tournament."
Yeah.
I gotta go to the tournament.
And
So
I'm like,
Hurting us all.
I guess something goofy is gonna happen. I don't know.
I just thought it was supposed to be great. I mean, and it was until that point, as well as
I didn't get that memo, Aaron.
I didn't get the memo either. I just happened to run down there to tell Maddie, who had just fought, that she did rad, and I'm like, it was me that started the Maddie. That were me. You know, I had to go brag a little bit. But when I got down there and I turned around and I'm like, there was Laura and Kelly and Aaron sitting together. And I'm like, hey guys, I got people on my balcony. I got to go back. And Aaron's like, no, you need to stay.
No, it was Kate.
I think it was
yeah.
Oh, yeah, not
Again,
Kelly.
with the mixing us up.
I don't mind getting mixed up with Kate because she's gorgeous and
I
funny.
ain't mad, but like we're very different.
But seriously.
A lot of names floating around it. Anyway, it was
Hayes and red hair.
Dom, you did a great job, and thank you for making that day very special for two of my very good friends.
So, Sam, what was your experience during the proposal?
Okay, so I was on your balcony. I think it was your balcony, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. I was part of that group. I had heard whispers that there were things to stick around for at the end of the tourney. So I was just kind of waiting because Clint and Mary, I was hanging out with them, and I knew that they had a panel like immediately thereafter. But we were all like, no, let's wait. So I saw it from there. But I was so excited for them. Mallory is just like the sweetest human being. And this was actually my first time, this past weekend was my first time meeting Pat. And he was incredible and gave me rides places when I, was limping around with my cane, very graciously. So it was just amazing. They're both so wonderful. And it was, it just made my day.
Yeah, it was the first time I got to meet Pat as well. And especially, I don't think it was the first time I saw him over the course of the weekend, but it was the moment that I really kind of fell in love with the guy was during the panel that he was doing with Micah about the
phrase.
Yeah, the phrase. And everybody hates the phrase, and then arguing for why we shouldn't hate all the phrase.
That was such a great panel. Like
it was.
It changed my perception of the phrase as a family.
Hashtag we have a phrase for that.
Yeah, there's a phrase for that.
There's a phrase for that.
But he's just so awesome, and I was very happy to meet him.
Can we just back up for a sec to also the sing-along on your patio before all of this happened?
Yes. That was great.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Julie Beth had her ukulele there, and she just started playing Jenny's song, and all of a sudden it was a Jenny song sing-along, and then she started playing Reigns of Castamere, and I checked where the exits were. And
took a look around just to make sure.
Yes, we have a
phrase. I had a crossbow. I'm just like, you just didn't see.
What was it during the weekend where during one of the big events, where they played the Reigns of Castamere, and like it felt very unsafe? I don't remember if it was like in the
it was at the beginning of wasn't it during karaoke, or it was at the beginning of a panel?
Yeah, I feel like it was probably at the beginning of karaoke or something, and I was just like, really?
Just mark the exits.
Yeah, Sam, you will know. Like whenever there is a cat on screen, everything has to stop, and we have to.
We would like to see the child.
Look, there are
the child.
The internet. That is one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Regis. I don't know if he's gonna be friendly or keep running away from me. Come here, baby.
Because it's a cat. I mean,
We'll wait as long as it takes.
I'll if he pops back up here, I'll definitely like introduce him improperly. But yeah,
we await this.
No, this is the thing. This is the thing. Like with Sam, my little dog. Like I always do want to occasionally bring him on a stream, but the thing is, like, he does not like to chill in my room. It's like, I can bring him in here for a second, but then he's going to be scratching at the door, and you guys are going to hear about that. So.
He's just a free spirit, John. You can't keep him confined.
I mean, that sounds part cat to me.
Yeah, I feel like he's actually like a cat at heart, maybe.
Yeah, my cat was part dog. Your dog is part cat.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. On his father's side.
Could be worse.
I don't want to think too hard about that. Okay, let's just
My cat
we're gonna hang out next time. I promise.
Y'all need to send your emails for this. I'm just saying.
Three dragons. Send it in.
Okay, so I'm just bit by bit, keep remembering people that I met over the weekend, because I want to also say I can't believe I forgot him earlier. I got to meet Sanry's brother Aaron this weekend.
What?
And he is
a rock star.
Like,
that's who gave me this shirt.
He's amazing.
T-shirt was Aaron.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't get to talk to him a ton, but every interaction I had was wonderful.
He's hilarious.
And like, I love that.
I'm like,
because I think he popped up on the Zoom, one night when we were. I don't remember if it was the other night or when, but and so he was on there with Sanry, and I just mentioned that, like, I was enjoying the discussion about anime that he was having, and she immediately is like, "Oh, John, you gotta have Aaron on your channel to talk about Cowboy Bebop," without like even asking him.
Right.
You've been voluntold. You're doing Cowboy
Bebop. Aaron, get used to it. You get voluntold to be on streams.
Voluntold?
Yeah. Voluntold.
Like, Kelly's coming on and Aaron's gonna come on to talk about this, and it's like, I am. This is the state of things.
Just accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but no, Aaron, I'm in. Like, if if you're game, because it's gonna be a fun time.
Or as I call it, Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
Speaking of other people that we got to meet but didn't shout out yet, I got to finally meet Courtney Mata.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's
my con buddy from 2019, I want to say. Yeah.
Everyone was like, "You and Courtney will get along great." Like, I'm like, "Yeah, probably."
Yeah.
And you did, right?
We did.
It feels criminal that it took this long for me to actually meet Courtney, because it just feels like it's been so long. And yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing some math here. We've got about a little over a half hour left. There are 6 of us. 5 minutes each, right? So I need you to make sure you got your 5 minutes of best material, your type 5, ready to go, okay?
Oh shit.
By all means, feel free to cut in on anybody else. You know how these streams go. We never like
rails?
Go off rails? Question mark? What's that?
Who needs rails?
Who needs
but
rails?
I just gotta say, like, cutting loose dancing, having people come up to me, like, this was a first for me. Hey, I'm this person. You don't know me, but I know you. And I'm like, that's weird, but I love you. That was like a first for me. It happened quite a few times, because the last con I went to, I had technically started this channel, but I think I'd done 2 videos. And then, pandemic and all that stuff. So anyway.
Who was it? Call them out.
No, wait. I just want to say really quick that like it cracked me up when we were at the meet and greet for I think it was Davos Fingers and Game of Owns, and you said the same spiel that you said at Con of Thrones, which was like, I'm Stephen Shark, I have a YouTube channel that you don't know about, and I'm like, bullshit.
Right.
They know, Stephen. They know.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's weird to think about that, but like, yeah. Almost 3 years ago at Con of Thrones, that was the case. Nobody knew about it, you know. But the point is, like, that was weird. Manimals rocked it. I had a blast singing Hotel California and slipping a weed reference into the middle of that song.
Hello.
What
Hi,
else?
Hi, Trish.
Hey, Trish.
Hey, Trish.
Like that Saturday night is just a blur. That was a night to remember. That was, and John, you went to bed, you know, which means that I didn't have to take care of you. So I just did my own thing, and it was awesome.
I keep thinking that Friday night was Saturday night because Friday night felt like this huge, like, because I'm like, I don't know what it's like to go out and party. So for me, that was
Me neither.
That was a huge night, and I stayed out until like 4 a.m., which is like crazy.
I swear, y'all make me feel like so elderly. Like I can't be doing that, y'all. I get heartburn after 10:30. Okay, like, and you know, I hear all of y'all talking about like what time you got in, and I'm like, a.m. And of course, I'm bright and bushy tail every morning, and I'm like, there ain't nobody here. There is nobody
down in the lobby.
I do not do the early bright and bushy tail thing. I do the roll into bed at 5 a.m. thing.
Micah, I had to. I got up early to take Micah to the airport, and he was the only soul in the lobby. Like
that.
and then William rolls in, and I'm just like, there is no one awake. It was, man. But yeah.
Aaron, I want to get your permission before I tell the Thursday night story of us walking back. Before I'm embarrass you, and you know, when you don't want me to say anything. So give me an okay before I carry on with that. But like, I will say, like, no, Friday night especially for me was just because that was the one where I was. Is that a okay? Good, I can tell it. I'm gonna go back to it in a second. Like Friday night was when I felt comfortable. Like, you know, I was talking a lot with you guys, but I also felt comfortable, like splintering off and talking to, like, you know, there was one time when Zach was talking to a couple people who I had no idea who they were, but I wanted to go up and chat with him, and then it ended up being a conversation, you know, where I was talking to somebody I was meeting for the first time, and like I never would have felt comfortable doing that. So like that was so much fun. And yes, on Thursday night when we were all walking back, I was walking like arm in arm with Erin, and I kept saying, I'm sorry, Erin, I feel like I keep bumping into you. And she's like, no, that's not you, John, that's me. She was a bit tipsy. So.
A bit? I mean, pots and kettles and all that, but a bit.
We all put in the effort, okay? We all put in the effort to get there by our various means.
I realized how everything was gonna go when I'm like, you know, I'm like, hey, who's doing what? And Nessie's like, you can come by our room, and it's like Nessie is still in her PJs. You know, Erin was not up. And then eventually, but I'm like wide awake and bushy tailed. I'm like, this is how this is gonna go. Okay. Yeah. I am lame.
I mean, I'm just saying when John is part of the partying, just saying.
Well, I can do enough partying for all of you. It's fine.
One night we just started like quoting the bad lip reading, like Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was
that was the first time I'd seen that, and I was dying.
Did that come up over dinner?
It was on Nessie's patio. I remember.
Yeah, I remember. Like, I yelled up, "It's hot! Let's get up, you chode!" Like, I just.
I do want to, since we're in the last half hour now, I want to make sure, Sam, I want you to get a chance to talk about the magnificent panel that you were a part of, which was the Game of Thrones panel, which was just phenomenal. So please take it away. And
oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
So it was so much fun. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous about it because I really don't do stuff like this very often, right? Even coming on streams and stuff, it's just, that's an anxiety thing for me. So I just remember, I'd been pretty nervous about it most of the afternoon, and it was getting closer and closer. And I get to the room, and the panel before us is still going, and this just group just kind of swarms us in the best way possible. And I don't know, there was just so much love and support, and it was just so cool and amazing, and it just set everything off to such a wonderful start. So yeah, it was so much fun. I think these are conversations that Rohan and Alina and Lo and I have all been having for years, right, with each other and with other people. So to get an opportunity to kind of ramble a little bit about some of these things that really, really make the series important to me personally, really was special. So I enjoyed it a lot.
And then, of course, there's the GIF that will live forever now.
There, I got it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, the GIF of the pointing. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
Where we've established that everybody else is pointing and Sam is actually doing water bending.
Yeah, I'm water bending,
So-
as one does.
I wasn't there for that conversation, but I see it.
We've really barely talked
also-
about panels this whole time.
Sherlock, I don't know if you were here earlier, but your name was mentioned very, lovingly early in the
Yes.
stream.
Yes.
So you might want to go back and watch the beginning if you weren't here at the beginning. But I personally had a fantastic time talking with you a few times.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't actually get to talk at the actual con, but we've been interacting a lot now on Twitter post-con. So next year we definitely have to talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
I added so many new people to my
For the
Twitter.
record,
Same.
he is the one who kept my. I got my green screen on. So. But he is the one that guarded my dragon koozie while I went and danced the night away.
Mhm.
Thank you.
What a
Appreciate
gallant
it.
night. Thank you.
Yes.
I've got I'm sorry I haven't uploaded photos. Some of the I've got some really great photos from the tourney and just people hanging out, and I haven't gone through them all. The thing is, when I do go through them, I cry. So it makes me very sad. So I'm, trying, I'm going to try to get through them. But the thing is, I took a lot of photos of the very last night as we were all hanging out in the lobby. And it was oh my gosh, just that, just seeing that, it brings back that feeling. And it's also a little bit of dread. So it makes me very sad because it was our last night. Oh gosh.
Hey, yes.
Wait, why did I
Bohemian
just
Rhapsody.
okay?
Photos, videos, for blackmail. I mean, memories. So yeah, I'm good
Who
to go.
failed to come get me for Bohemian Rhapsody?
Wait, yeah, I feel cheated out of this.
I do too.
My favorite part of that moment, let me tell the story real quick. So we're at the Flea Bottom Feet, right? It's amazing. Everything is so much fun. We're having fun. We're just all jamming. It's amazing. Bohemian Rhapsody starts playing, and I'm standing there, as Aaron mentioned, with Aaron and then several of the people from the WVA group, including Clint. And in that moment, Clint just says, "Nothing brings out theater people quite like Bohemian Rhapsody." And then we all just went so hard with Bohemian Rhapsody being the most extra set of people I've ever seen in my entire life. It was so much fun.
It's not wrong.
I love
Not
that.
wrong.
I love that. And I think you're right.
It's
Glee
true.
Club, here we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But actually, I think
we
my
have some
favorite
people-
picture of the weekend is
I
it's
can't-
supposed to
Oh,
be
yeah.
blurry.
It is blurry, so
It is blurry.
Laura was taking a picture of me in front of the fire, and then Steven's like,
Photo
Oh,
bomb.
right. That's the one I half-ass photobombed.
But
yeah, and it's all
Wait,
blurry, and I'm like, I think this is my favorite picture from the whole weekend.
But I hold on. I do want to like bring up, speaking of like musical moments over the weekend, because obviously nobody would be surprised. Like I could only take so much of the Flea Bottom Feet because, you know, like my love is film score and classical music, and like so that wasn't me. So I go out into the hallway and I find Sam there, and somehow, you know, as it does, the topic of Lord of the Rings came out because I feel like I'm probably always bringing up Lord of the Rings.
What?
And then we start talking about Howard Shore's music, and then Sam, you mentioned the Hard on Your Fiddle, you know, and the Rohan theme, and I started like going crazy, and then I was like, oh my God, you have to meet Erin. Yes. She's gonna flip. And then I went to Erin. I was like, Erin, he mentioned Hard on Your Fiddle. I'm like, yeah, I have to find him. And just please recount that moment when you two.
It was so good. You know, there's not that many places where you can just go and like have a drunken, screamed conversation over loud party music about like Lord of the Rings film score music, right? I mean, it was incredible. It was so much fun. That definitely so meta kindred spirit for sure.
My God, yeah, so great.
Yeah, we've like barely talked about panels in this entire time.
Well, we brought up like because I didn't go
and Frey and Game of Thrones, and yeah, dude.
Yeah, because I didn't go to that many. But yeah.
The best. Thank you.
But like, because I really enjoyed the ones I did go to, but you know, the weekend really was about just meeting all these wonderful people and hanging out with them, and so I feel like, you know, there were a number of panels that were just absolutely phenomenal. But like, I am gonna walk away from, I have walked away from this weekend just remembering all like the conversations I had and those little moments, you know, in the hallways, and you know, it's
yeah. There was like meeting Clint from the WBA was a big one for me. I was just like, and also Lady Gwyn and Yoke Boy. Like they're the ones that keep getting away. You know, I've been to many different cons, and I've, you know, not that Aziz and Ashea aren't awesome, but I've met them a lot of times, you know.
I've met them enough.
You're all news.
Look. Ashea is in the chat right now. I'm going to cover my ass.
I was about to say, and I didn't get to talk to Ashea.
Ashea, you remain the best. I will stand by that until the day I die. But it was really rad to meet the ones that I've admired for so long that I haven't ever met, you know.
But speaking of Ashea, like, I love that I don't even think I remember when she snapped the picture with you and me, Stephen.
Yes.
Because I've seen the like photographic evidence, like it happened, but like it's a testament to like how like crazy the partying was and how much fun I was having that like I don't even remember that moment, but I'm so glad that picture is there. And I got to have I do remember I got to have a conversation with Aziz about the fact that I've now binged What We Do in the Shadows several times.
What a good show.
But not you, Guillermo.
Yes.
Everyone level up, but not you, Guillermo.
Not you, Guillermo.
I've been told I have Guillermo energy, and it just every time anybody tells me that, I'm like, that's the best compliment anybody could ever give me.
I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it.
Definitely see it.
Because Sam, we want to include you in everything. So
yes. We're not going to lock you in a cage in the dungeon.
I appreciate that.
You too, Guillermo. You too.
Yeah, and nobody's gonna call you Gizmo.
Yeah. I didn't wear my
No.
Nandor and Nadia and Laszlo and Colin, but not you, Gamer shirt.
That's so good.
Yeah, so probably the last time I'm going to mention it before the end of the stream. We are, in fact, doing a giveaway. you got to send an email to the email address down below, we3dragons@gmail.com. 3 is spelled out. And you can win this, the first volume 1 Inkthology from Sanrixian. It is, I think, 28 of her Inktober pictures. It's fantastic. I will mail this to you wherever you are in the world, and it is signed by the lady herself. This is number 18 out of 50. So this is your last chance. Here in about 10 minutes, we're going to pick the winner. All right.
Somebody's gonna win it.
Somebody's about to get this thing. I got mine, I bought 2 for this reason. I'm like, one of these is mine. So this is your last chance to get your entries in. We'll pull that in about 10 minutes. There's no way you're going to be able to say everything about this. So just give me your last best bit, and I'll start, and then I'll just shut up and let y'all go. The thing is, I said it earlier, this is not my greatest con experience. That was a couple years ago when I had that sort of like my first experience where I felt truly part of the larger community. But this is the one that made me go, oh yeah, I love these people. They love me. I belong here in a way I've never belonged anywhere else in my life. And it came at a time when I really genuinely needed it. So it wasn't quite the like, I have discovered my place in the universe for the first time, but I was reminded about my place in the universe this time, and that was freaking awesome. Yeah. And Sam, you're so positive. You have such an upbeat attitude. It was awesome to get to meet you and chill, and awesome to get to see all of you again, people I know and love and have known for a long time, and to get to throw that list by quite a few names this year, and looking forward to doing it all again next year. That's it for me. I'll shut up. Y'all go.
This actually was like the moment when I felt like I discovered my place in the universe. So just thank you, everybody. I'm just going to mention another thing, which was one of the most embarrassing / disappointing, most embarrassing / hilarious in retrospect moments the entire weekend. Not going to go into details, but it's when I may have been picking this up in the shop, and Nessie came upon me. There was something surrounding that moment, which we're not going to get into.
Nope.
Oh,
I want to see that again.
Okay. All right.
It says Jahad.
Trust me, this is not the important part of.
Okay.
No.
But like, I'm sorry. In retrospect, Nessie, like, I love you. It was like, it wasn't hilarious at the time, but it's funny as hell now. So
No. I hope that I was cool about everything, and I'm just like, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Yes, Ashaya. Yes.
But yeah.
Oh gosh.
Come on. Somebody's got something to say.
All right. Okay. Babe Squad hangout. This was like a big thing for me. Like I got to hang out with like my D&D gals that I've been playing with in this group now, and I including Steven in this because, even though he's, I know him well.
He's Babe Squad. He's Babe
He
Squad.
is Babe
Fine.
Squad.
Yeah.
Babe Squad. Yes, and that included Emily of the Eyrie and Mari, and we all got together and we got to photo, and it was great, and we hung out, and we're like probably going to make plans to go to Chicago and hang out. So this was really, really good. They were some of the people that I had wanted to meet in the legs. They have legs. And of course,
In person with
hanging out on with Gwen and Yoke out in the cabins on the porch, getting a little wasted. That was really nice. That was on the bucket list too. So yeah, we got to do that. Yeah. that was cool. Among many, many, many cool instances, but yeah. And Malort is disgusting. Do not drink it ever, ever. It is the worst thing. I don't know why this is in the universe, but apparently I had to drink it, and oh my god, I still have the taste in my mouth. So yeah,
We never did do those D&D pictures you said you wanted, Stephen.
You're right. We never did.
We never did.
But
Next time.
We say that we'll try. Like I would love to have taken a picture with like everybody that I've played D&D with that was there all at once, because it was easily like 10 people. But
good majority of us that were there from this group. Yes.
I'm just gonna say, Guilty's like, what's Malort? I'll just say it is an alcoholic beverage that was being handed out by Mari, and every time she handed it to someone, she says, "Remember, I actually do love you."
Do you have that picture?
I love you. You've been warned.
Do you have that picture? If you just you could zoom into the look on my face. It was like I felt like I was marching to my death. Shot. It was disgusting. But yeah, she did preface it by reminding me several times to remember that she loved me. So
right
now I associate her with.
Is that how I get you all to drink whatever I want you to drink? Just prefacing it with that.
Don't try it too many times in June, Kelly. Don't try it too many times. I will lose trust. I will. I will stop listening to you eventually.
And
yeah.
So who tried the Malort? Yeah. Was it as terrible as it sounds?
It was pretty rough. Yeah. I mean, I drank it. I would have had another one too if somebody handed it to me, to be honest. But like, it was not the best tasting thing I've ever had.
Okay. Any other sort of like you've got to get it out. If you've got to make sure it's said, now's your chance, because we are rapidly running out of time.
I feel like there's so many moments that I'm just forgetting.
Okay,
I have to say, I really appreciated the breakfast the last day.
Oh, the last breakfast.
Yeah. The last breakfast.
I really appreciated
that.
That gave me that made my heart feel better about driving home, having to drive home after it, and to go through the 8 hours of being alone after that.
It was worth getting up early for that. Yes.
And what's great was I wasn't expecting Kate or Laura to show up, at least not from the beginning, but they were the first ones down.
We got up early for Kelly.
Yes. Thank you so much, you all.
I was this person that I was like, I gotta make breakfast. I'm not normally this person, but I gotta make breakfast.
Yeah, I was so scared that I was trying to oversleep. And so, yeah, my phone went off, the alarm, and I was like, no, get up. God damn it.
That means so much to me. And thank you, Paul, for coming out, too. That was awesome.
Yes, Paul.
Yeah.
Paul came to
my new friend, Paul.
Yeah. Paul, I literally looked at Paul and I said, so are you joining our Slack? And he was like, yeah, Nessie, sent me an invite. And I was like, you seem kind of normal. Are you sure? Have you,
yeah, but then you told a story about a certain spec script for a sequel to, what was it? I don't remember. He was writing a sequel to something, and he was, anyway, it's not my story to tell, but it made me look at him and go, you are not who I thought you were.
Plus, he bought
in a good way. In a good way.
Well, you can say that for
Kitty.
Yeah.
This is Regis.
Hi, Regis.
He's the Prince of Darkness. He's just an absolute mess and will bite the shit out of me if I don't let him go right now. So
I can hear him growling at you.
Yeah. He's not the most social kitty, but I love him so much.
Speaking of kitties, David J. Peterson. Oh, sorry. I still can't do the mirroring thing.
Yeah.
I sees it.
Yeah. Please it. Yes.
He drew a kitty.
Oh, nice.
And I didn't even ask him to.
He
just did it. And I was like, I feel like you know my soul.
He wrote a spec script for Night at the Roxbury.
Yes.
And I'm just like,
awesome.
This is not what I expected to come out of your mouth. I like you way better.
We're gonna have to hear more about that when he comes on for his
John Webster film.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
something. Or
We'll
something.
get him.
I just need more to that story in general.
No, I want to say something about Paul. It was the last morning when we were all checking out. When I came back out from my room and I was crushed that I had missed you, Kelly. But at least we had all had breakfast together. But I was standing there with Paul and I was like, I said, hats off to you, man, because he came there by himself and had the courage to talk to people and he's now part of our group. And like if I had a couple of years ago before I knew you guys come to that convention by myself, I seriously would have just kept to myself the entire weekend. And so it's like I'm so happy that he's joined in with us now. And but I'm sorry, Paul, for the things that you're about to witness.
Yeah, right. We're glad you're here, and we also
sorry. Okay, just brace yourself, dude. Brace yourself. It's gonna go weird.
I want to say my memories are gonna be playing board games. That was awesome. Just that whole last day, and then
red flags.
And red flags. There were some epic moments in.
Hold
red
on,
flags.
I got the epic moment. Well,
yes,
a few of them. I got a few of them. I really enjoyed
there were
it.
a couple of moments that made me.
But I do want to say, Steven screaming someone's random name at this poor woman that was
Sarah.
walking by.
Sarah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Sarah Charles.
Oh yes.
On the back, and I'm just like,
and he's just
Sarah.
screaming at this poor woman, and she's just like, what? And then Steven's like, you're not Sarah? Well, who are you? And I was like, this is weird.
This is
this
works.
isn't how you make friends, is it?
It worked.
Yes.
It worked. I made a new friend.
And I was like, you're not gonna scream. I was like, oh, there's another woman walking by. You're not gonna scream Sarah. And there were the next person walked by, someone was named Sarah in that group. Yeah. And it was just it was such a moment. You do it. Yeah.
I loved red flags where it's just like the person is an astronaut and an Amazon warrior, but is actually just two Ewoks stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
The other ones are not exactly, good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not bringing up any.
Not gonna say
specific, it. Yeah, I'm not bringing up anything specific. But William and Laura have ruined partners for me. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Just a couple of quick notes. First of all, the bees were a nightmare. Just throwing that out there.
The bees were pretty bad. You know what's funny is I have a bee issue, but I was not the most insectophobic person there.
Oh my god! It was I'm sorry, Laura, but so entertaining just watching all the dodging going on. And
I was like, normally I'm the one who's that bitch, but right now I'm just watching you dodge it, and it's funny.
Okay, and then it's time. It's time for the giveaway.
Time for what? Time for what?
Okay.
MF and giveaway.
So I have received one. Oh crap! I poked the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 entries. Whatever shall I do? If only there was some way to have some sort of polyhedron that would generate a random number between 1 and 8. So that's what I will do. I will roll my D8, and I'm going to start from the bottom and go up. So the first person who sent me their entry, you're number 1. The last person, you're number 8. Let's see. That is an 8. An 8. Who is that? That would be the last person. That would be Mr. Sherlock Homo.
Yay!
Congratulations, buddy. You got me on Twitter. We're mutuals. Just send me DM me your address, and I will get that all the way to you this week. Congratulations, you have won this beautiful Sanrixian anthology.
Yes, Matthew. Dice are always the answer.
Correct. They are.
Yes.
That's got to go up.
Carpenter bees don't even have stingers. Come on, guys.
Very true. You got in there at the end, and congrats, buddy. I'll be just like I say, send me your address. All right, y'all. Anything else you want to say? But we're moving towards the wrap up stage.
Just another variation of what I've been saying. Like, this was, you know what? I'm not even on the whole back. Like, it was probably the greatest weekend of my life. I'm just gonna say it. Like, I got to be someone that I've always wanted to be, and I keep being told by people, "No, John, this is who you are.
Yeah, this is who
you've always been." I'm gonna try and remember that. But like, I love every single one of the people on this stream, all the people in the chat, every person that I even spoke to just in passing, just like everybody, you just made this so transformative for me. And it's just, it was so utterly amazing. And just thank you to everybody, and just a message for one person who nobody else is going to get this, but thank you so much to the person who gave me this little dragon. It just everything just meant the world to me, so thank you very much.
Right on.
Yeah.
And
Nessie, final thoughts?
I know it's not easy traveling, planning trips, things like that. Take out a jar, take a mason jar, take a bowl. Just, if you start throwing all your spare change into it, it adds up after a while. Get on the list, find a roommate, ride share, get your ass to Ice and Fire Con. That's all I'm saying. Just get there. It's everything else will work itself out. You know, it's just a place. It's just go. Don't hesitate. Make your decision today. Start throwing change in a jar. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm just going to say you're welcome, Matthew. I hope you can join us someday soon. I know that you don't get to travel wherever you want right now,
right?
Due to being younger
Where
than
you
all
are.
of my actual children. But like one day, buddy, and hopefully not too far in the future. Love to have you come over and chill with us. Kate, last thoughts?
This was my first con. I did an afternoon at Toronto Comic Con with Laura in March, and that's about it for me for cons. And so I was expecting my first con experience to be like a Con of Thrones thing. We were planning that for 2020 and 2021. I had like a bathing suit with oranges on it planned for Florida. Didn't happen. And then I was planning on HereBeCon in Texas in January, and that fell through for me. And so I was like, I don't know if Ice and Fire Con is going to happen for me. Like, it sounds great, but I also like, I want to go to the big con where everyone's going to be. And then I went to this event and I was like, this is so great. I'm already planning for next year. I'm like, can you tell me the new theme, because I need to start planning my outfits, and because I only had 2 months this year to plan outfits and cosplays and packing and all that kind of stuff. So now I know what I'm up against, and you know, I've taken the planning document from this year and I've erased everything that's specific to this year, and I've shared it with Laura, and we are planning for next year already. So
I'm prepping the planning document. I'm taking
like,
this seriously.
Literally
Have you started packing
list yet? Not yet. No, I have to pack for New England first, and then New York Comic Con, and then possibly some other stuff, and then it'll be next year. But yeah, like Nessie said, just I didn't expect it to be what it was, and you know, I guess I didn't feel maybe as like there was something about it to me where I felt like I've known you guys for so long, and I was just meeting you in person, and it didn't hit me as hard as it should have, but It does now. Like in retrospect, I'm like, holy moly, I just spent, a great weekend with all these people. And I'm just so excited to do it again. And we've got some trips planned for some of us, at least, coming up in a few weeks. But I can't wait to
They're
see the
coming
rest
to
of.
see me.
We're going to Kelly.
I have a green suit to share. I will.
Laura and I are driving from Toronto through New England all the way down to Williamsburg in a few weeks' time, and we're very excited about that.
Like
But,
I'm already plotting to get Florida people together at the end of this month.
yeah, shut up and
For,
screw you. But
for
also,
MegaCon.
Yeah.
but
If
also,
anybody's going to
We
MegaCon,
gotta hate, John. We gotta
send me
hate.
a message.
Okay.
that
Just
list.
saying, the 4 hobbits are going to be there.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
the guest list for MegaCon is insane, but I can't. Yeah, so we've got some trips coming up, but also we are planning for next year. So yeah, put the money in the jar, start saving for next year, start planning for next year. We'll see you there. And yeah, it was great. I love you and I miss you all already.
I do know that one of the themes for one of the parties next year is going to be Cersei's elephant party.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
I've already started peeking on Amazon.
Wear
for
your
such
elephant
things.
onesie or whatever. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
Kelly, final thoughts about the con? Good time? Not good time? Would you do it again?
Yes. It was a good time. Yes, I would do it again. I'm looking forward to next year, and I'm looking forward to a few weeks. I think 6 weeks. I'm gonna see the Drunken Cupcakes, and hopefully, John, you'll make it as well. But we're doing a little trip to DC, and then they're gonna come down to Williamsburg, Virginia, to see me. Me and only me. That's it.
Just me.
No other reason.
There's no other people coming from far-flung places.
I'm kind of a big deal.
I mean,
okay?
that's why I'm going.
Yeah.
Probably.
She kind of is.
I love
why
you
you're
all
trying.
so much. I love you all so much.
But it was conditional upon the fact that she has to take me to a comic book store.
Yes.
I feel like that's gonna happen. Yeah,
That's happening.
that's happening.
Oh yeah. Remind me, Kelly, to bring comics. I think so.
Nessie, I'm gonna talk to
bags
you.
and
Nessie,
boards.
bags and boards.
Yeah,
Nessie, I need
bags
to
and
talk
boards.
to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
bags and boards. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Red Velvet reporting for duty.
Oh God, heart attack. Oh God.
Yes, hard attack.
Yeah. I love you all so much. Okay, yes, I'm done.
Okay,
All right. Sam's turn.
and last but not least, I want to extend a personal thank you to Sam. Thanks for dealing. Everybody else here already knows the chaos that happened. But thank you so much for joining us and sharing your experience of the con. And by all means, your final thoughts about it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me again. Seriously, this has been a blast. I've enjoyed the chaos thoroughly. Absolutely,
It's part of our brand.
Absolutely. The con was just amazing. I mean, I don't have the words. Things like the musical, I can't even believe we didn't even touch on that because it was so incredible. And as a musical person, I was freaking out the whole time. But also just, the little things. It was, getting to know people, hanging out in the hot tub, or, the Camelot sing-a-lot in the hotel room, or, it was the little experiences with everybody and those small little moments of conversation that really made the weekend something special, on top of the amazing panels and everything else that we got to be a part of. So I'm just so happy I got to, see you guys, hang out with you guys, all of that. It was a great time. And I'm coming next year. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm coming next year too. Everybody here is planning on being there, right?
I'm coming every single year.
I'm already planning my karaoke for next year, if that means anything.
Okay.
So there you have it. And I will say, tickets are limited. They sold out of tickets this year. So when they go on sale, make sure you get yours as early as you can. Now, these didn't sell out before just a week or two before, but they will sell out. So get your con tickets, and yeah.
Soon enough. soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
soon enough he'll get to know you well enough that
Yeah,
he'll have
really
very
pretty nice.
specific puns for you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like, wait till he figures out what pushes your buttons just enough to like slightly get under your skin, but not actually make you mad. That's when it'll happen.
That's
It's
his
true. I
like
weird
it.
love language. I just
I do just want to say, because there was the mention of Cersei and her elephants for the theme, and I'm like, guys, do I do it? I've like talked about a desire to do I do like a Cersei, gender bent
Yes.
Yeah. Is that even a question?
Hell yeah.
Why are you asking? Why are you
Because
Absolutely.
he has like the
Too,
most
John.
phenomenal costumes like ever. So
Just
yeah.
do it. And yeah,
It's-
I will 10 out of 10 be an elephant for your Cersei cosplay, like regardless of anything else that happens. Yes.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of love for it in the chat too.
Yeah. And yes, Aaron, I believe Tara said it was June. And Eric, yes. June.
June.
I will be requiring to wait, because in any version of her, she has more hair than I do.
Look, I know a
I
really
know
great
a
wig
chick.
stylist.
We know people.
I know a chick that will love to hook you up with a wig.
A matter of fact, I'm going to go tell her about it after this. Okay, y'all. I think that's going to do it. I have to pee and all that stuff. But once again, Sam, thank you for joining us. I'm sure we'll have you back in the future. Kate, Kelly, always wonderful to have you.
Okay, so I'm just going to do Cersei. Yeah, we'll just say that I'm just doing Cersei
Look,
cosplay.
the way I do
It's
Lyanna.
like,
right?
yes and no, because Jamie never wears dresses.
And he has one hand.
And he has a golden hand. So yes and no. Similar
But-
but different.
But you please, I mean, get a picture with Aaron when you do, because
Yeah.
they did
I'm picturing-
Jamie Lannister so well.
yeah.
I'm picturing the coronation outfit. And
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
I was
the
like,
correct
yeah, that
answer.
one, yeah.
But anyway,
And or the red. Anyway, go on.
No, I want that very specifically that black
black.
outfit, the
Yeah.
coronation with
Mhm.
It's just
Oh, he's
absolutely
already
gorgeous.
planning it.
Do it.
I've been thinking about
You got time, man. You got a year. Order it now and
Get on it.
okay.
Okay.
I love you guys, but I'm shutting this mother down. All right?
this is not a John Webster film stream, for God's
This is not a John Webster film stream.
I mean,
we're not talking about the Lord of the Rings.
Anytime you wish.
But Nessie, John, you guys are
4
rad.
hours,
Thank
5
you
hours.
thank you for keeping it afloat while I was sinking. And thank you, Stephen, for allowing yourself to heal mentally, emotionally, so that I could come back and just have fun this week. Come back next week, where our topic is totally undecided, but we've got stuff we can talk about, and it'll be me probably, and probably John, and I don't think Nessie will be able to make it next week. And I know you work every other week, basically.
I never know. Like, I have a random Sunday off from time to time
Yeah.
now.
I'm pretty sure the next time you're on, Nessie, I think we are talking What We Do in the Shadows season 3, but we have to find something to do before.
Is it Sunday the 8th? Is next Sunday the 8th?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
off.
All right, there you have it. What We Do in the Shadows season 3 next week. Come back. We're going to talk about. We'll talk about Nandor and Nadja and Laszlo and Colin Robinson, but not
Not
but
you,
not
Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Not Guillermo.
If things go very tits up, you will end up with full-blown brain scramblies.
But yeah, so come back next week for that. Again, if you haven't hit the like or subscribe, please do that. I would appreciate that very much. And we'll see you all next week at the same time for What We Do in the Shadows. Until then, we at Here Be Dragons say we love you. And until next time, you know what it is. Peace. And be excellent to each other.